The General Hospital recap features Cameron Weber being the nice guy he always is, after reading Esme for filth. In this episode, Cameron let Esme know how he felt, and then he brought her to Charlie's and shocked his family and friends. Marshall gave Spencer his seal of approval, making Spencer and Trina very happy. Maxie did her best to recruit Jocelyn and Dex to perform at the nurses' ball as they pretended they barely knew one another, which is sort of true. Finally, Victor told Eileen all about his plan to save the world, while Anna and Valentin wondered what was taking her so long. Now, let's dig a little deeper into the details. Esme, Avery Kristen Pohl, opened the door to Cameron, William Lipton, who wondered if she was going somewhere. After Esme realized he was one of her alleged victims, Cam read her for filth and told her it wasn't alleged at all. She did violate him and Joss sexually and ruin their lives. Esme, Avery Kristen Pohl, opened the door to Cameron, William Lipton, who wondered if she was going somewhere. After Esme realized he was one of her alleged victims, Cam read her for filth and told her it wasn't alleged at all. She did violate him and Joss sexually and ruin their lives. Cam and Esme then had an oddly kind conversation with Esme telling Cam that everything she remembers in life made her feel she couldn't trust anyone. Cam had to remind her that people don't trust her for a good reason, because not remembering doesn't mean the deeds were not done. When Esme wondered if she would always be the town pariah, Cam told her about Franco, Roger Howarth, and the new life he eventually made for himself. Esme was surprised to learn that this man was both Cam's stepfather and her own half-brother. Later, Cameron stunned his friends and family when he walked into Charlie's for his goodbye party with Ace in a baby carrier and Esme by his side. Needless to say, Spencer Nicholas Alexander Chavez was not happy. Before Cameron arrived, Laura, Jenny Francis, and Elizabeth, Rebecca Herbst, made some small talk. Then, Laura told Liz that Nicholas never should have put her in the position to make a good decision after getting back from California, and she didn't blame her for falling in deep with Nicholas's little Esme in the tower scheme. Laura admitted she was at her wit's end with Nicholas, and she didn't understand why he ran away again rather than stand with her and his sons. Liz had her own confession to make. She feared what she did was why Epiphany, Sonia Eddy, was possibly avoiding her. She had no idea why she hadn't heard from her friend for days despite everything that was going on. Marshall, Robert Gossett, invited Spencer right in, and Trina did her best to make a run for it to Cam's party, but Marshall was insistent on having a talk with Spencer. Poor Spencer told Marshall that he lives with regret every day for how he hurt Trina in the past, but said he was never going to hurt her again. Spencer was surprised when Marshall told him he believed him and that he wanted to be a good support for Trina. Marshall was even impressed that Spencer was fighting for his baby brother. Spencer later told Trina that he appreciated Marshall's talk as he gave him a new perspective on their relationship. He admitted that Marshall told him he needed to focus on what makes him happy. Trina agreed and said that Spencer deserved to be happy, and Spencer told her that she makes him very happy. After Trina said she had no plans to leave his life, they kissed again, but Marshall soon interrupted the moment. Jocelyn and Maxie, Kirsten Storms, had a chat about the nurses' ball outside Kelly's, and Maxie managed to get Joss to almost commit to performing a number with Trina. When Dex arrived, Maxie tried to get him in the fun as well, telling him Jocelyn would be singing as she does every year. Once alone, Dex said had no idea Jocelyn sang, which again brought home the fact that these two hardly know anything about one another. Anna, Finola Hughes, was anxious to hear from Eileen, Heather Mazer, and learn how the necklace delivery went. Valentin, James Patrick Stewart, did his best to reassure her as they discussed their latest plan with Drew, Cameron Matheson, and Carly, Laura Wright involved. Yes, Lucy, Lynn Herring, was still bothering them, but they had to just keep on their toes and improvise where needed. Valentin soon realized that their entire on-the-run life could be over if all went right with Eileen and Victor, Charles Shaughnessy. When Valentin asked her what she would do when this was all over, she said she would take the first flight to see Robin, Kimberly McCullough, and her grandchildren. Valentin explained he would take a road trip with Charlotte, Amelie McLean, and dive headfirst into ELQ. This made Anna realize that once they were out of hiding, they wouldn't spend so much time together anymore.